Ever feel like you're chasing your day right from the moment you wake up, like you're constantly playing catch up instead of feeling in control? I think we've all been there.
It's a common struggle, for sure. And it's interesting because so much of the advice out there focuses on productivity hacks and time management techniques. But what if the real key to a successful day lies in those first few hours?
Okay, let's unpack this. You're talking about morning routines, right? That thing that super successful people swear by, but the rest of us struggle to stick with.
Exactly. And today we're diving into a video called Life Change. It promises to unlock the secrets to a transformative morning routine.
Now, I'll be honest, I'm a bit skeptical. I've tried those cookie-cutter morning routines before, and they just never seem to stick. What makes this video different?
Well, it does lean into the self-help genre, but it goes beyond just listing off habits. It draws inspiration from people like Elon Musk and Oprah Winfrey, who are known for their incredible drive and achievements. And it connects their morning routines to tangible outcomes, not just vague promises of happiness.
All right, you've piqued my curiosity. So what's the core message here? How do these successful people approach their mornings?
The video emphasizes the idea of owning the morning. It actually quotes Robin Sharma, who says, "Own your morning and elevate your life." But it's not about becoming a member of the 5 a.m. club. It's about using those early hours intentionally before the day's demands take over.
That makes sense. It's like setting the stage for a great performance. You wouldn't walk onto a stage without warming up, right?
Exactly. And you wouldn't expect a musician to deliver a flawless concert without practicing their scales. The video argues that the same principle applies to our days. A well-structured morning routine is like that warm-up, that practice session for the mind and body, setting you up for peak performance.
Okay, so it's not just about squeezing in a workout and chugging coffee. It's about being deliberate with your time and energy. But let's get practical. What are some of the specific steps this video recommends?
It starts with waking up a little earlier. Even just 15-30 minutes can make a difference. Not to cram more in, but to create space for intentionality. Think of how frantic it feels when you hit snooze 3 times and then have to rush through everything.
Tell me about it. That feeling of being behind before the day even starts. Not fun. So we're up a bit earlier. What next?
The video emphasizes the importance of hydration and movement. It doesn't have to be a full-blown workout, but even a few stretches or a quick walk can get your blood flowing and wake up your body.
I can see that would make a difference. Even getting some fresh air, maybe a few minutes of sunshine, could shift your whole mood. But I'm guessing this video goes beyond just the physical, right?
You're right. It dives into the power of mindfulness and meditation. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out. The video isn't suggesting you become a Zen master. It's about taking a few minutes to quiet your mind and focus on your breath. It even suggests finding a quote or affirmation that resonates with you and using it as a focal point for your reflection.
You know what? I actually tried something similar recently. I was feeling super overwhelmed, and a friend suggested a guided meditation app. It sounds cheesy, but it really helped me calm down and focus.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it highlights a key point. Mindfulness isn't about escaping reality. It's about equipping yourself to handle whatever the day throws at you with a clearer, calmer mind. Think about it this way. You wouldn't try to solve a complex problem when your mind is racing, would you?
Good point. So we're hydrated, we've moved our bodies, and we've calmed our minds. What's next on the agenda?
The video then shifts to setting intentions for the day. And it's not just about vague goals like be more productive. It emphasizes writing down specific actionable steps you want to take. It actually quotes the saying, "A goal without a plan is just a wish."
Ah, yes, the classic goal-setting advice. But why the emphasis on writing things down?
Well, think about how often you have a great idea or make a promise to yourself, only to forget about it hours later. Putting pen to paper forces you to clarify your thoughts, commit to your goals, and creates a visual or reminder you can refer to throughout the day. It's like a contract with yourself.
All right, so we've woken up, hydrated, stretched, meditated, set our intentions, and written them down. Anything else? Or can we finally have our coffee now?
Well, according to the video, now comes the fun part. Feeding your mind with positive, uplifting content. Whether it's reading a few pages of an inspiring book, listening to a motivational podcast, or even watching a TED Talk that sparks your curiosity, it's all about priming your brain for a positive and productive day.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm a big podcast person, and I've noticed that what I listen to in the morning definitely affects my mood throughout the day. If I start with something negative or stressful, it kind of sets a gloomy tone. But if I listen to something inspiring or thought-provoking, it's like a mental boost.
Exactly. It's like choosing the soundtrack for your day. Do you want to walk into your day feeling empowered and motivated, or weighed down by negativity?
Definitely the empowered option. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but I'm guessing there's more to this morning routine magic, right? I'm also curious to know if this video addresses the elephant in the room, how to actually stick to a routine when life gets in the way. I'm already feeling inspired to revamp my mornings, but I'm also thinking about all the times I've tried to start a new routine and failed miserably. Life just has a way of getting in the way, right?
You're absolutely right. The video acknowledges this challenge head on and even dives into the psychology of habit formation and offers some really practical advice for making these changes stick.
Okay, I'm all ears. What's the secret sauce?
One key point is to start small. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire morning overnight, focus on incorporating 1 or 2 new habits at a time. Maybe you start by simply setting your alarm 15 minutes earlier and using that time for a quick stretch or a few minutes of journaling.
That's a great point. I think a lot of us get caught up in the idea of the perfect morning routine and then get discouraged when we can't maintain it. It's like setting yourself up for failure.
Exactly. It's about progress, not perfection. And the video really emphasizes that message. It encourages viewers to be kind to themselves, to celebrate small wins, and to view setbacks as opportunities to learn and adjust.
So it's not about beating ourselves up when we inevitably miss a day or two. It's about finding ways to make the routine sustainable in the long run.
Precisely. And the video offers some really helpful tips for maintaining consistency. One strategy it suggests is leveraging accountability. It encourages viewers to tell a friend or family member about their morning goals, or even find an accountability partner who's also working on improving their mornings.
That makes a lot of sense. Sometimes just having someone to check in with can make a big difference. It's like having a cheerleader in your corner, reminding you why you started this in the first place.
Right. And it can be really motivating to see other people making positive changes in their lives. It's like a ripple effect of good habits.
Okay, so start small, be kind to yourself, and find an accountability buddy. Any other gems of wisdom from this video?
Another key takeaway is the importance of personalization. The video emphasizes that there's no one-size-fits-all morning routine. What works for Elon Musk might not work for Oprah Winfrey, and what works for them might not work for you or me.
So it's not about copying someone else's routine. It's about finding what feels good and what helps you achieve your unique goals.
Exactly. And that might require some experimentation. Maybe you're a morning workout person, or maybe you thrive on quiet time with a cup of coffee and a good book. The key is to listen to your body, pay attention to what energizes you, and be willing to adjust as needed.
That resonates with me. I've definitely fallen into the trap of trying to force myself into a routine that just doesn't fit my personality or lifestyle. No wonder I couldn't stick with it.
It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's not going to work. And I think that's where a lot of morning routine advice falls short. It focuses on the what, but not the why. It doesn't take individual needs and preferences into account.
That's a great point. So how does this video help people find that sweet spot, that perfect blend of self-care and productivity?
Well, it emphasizes the importance of paying attention to how different activities make you feel. It encourages you to ask yourself questions like, does this energize me or drain me? Does this align with my values? Does this help me move closer to my goals?
That's so important. It's not just about checking off boxes. It's about creating a morning that feels good and sets you up for a day that you actually enjoy. Speaking of feeling good, I have to say I'm starting to feel a lot more optimistic about the whole morning routine thing. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works for you and making small, sustainable changes.
That's the spirit. And one thing that really stood out to me in this video was its emphasis on the ripple effects of a positive morning routine. It's not just about personal productivity or success. It's about how our energy and mindset can impact those around us.
Well, that's interesting. Tell me more about that.
Well, the video talks about how our morning routines can set the tone for our interactions throughout the day. If we start our day feeling rushed and stressed, that negativity can spill over into our relationships and our work. But if we take the time to nurture ourselves, to cultivate a sense of calm and purpose, that positive energy can radiate outwards and create a more harmonious environment for everyone around us.
That's a powerful thought. It's like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. When we prioritize our own well-being, we're not just helping ourselves, we're also creating a more positive and supportive world for everyone around us.
Exactly. And I think that's a really beautiful message. It reminds us that our morning routines aren't just about individual success. They're about contributing to a more positive and harmonious collective experience.
I love that. It's like taking ownership of your own well-being while also recognizing your interconnectedness with others. Now, thinking about all these ideas, it makes me wonder, what if the real magic of a morning routine isn't just about what you do, but about the feeling it creates? Like, what if you could bottle up that sense of calm, focus, and purpose you get from a successful morning and carry it with you throughout the day?
That's a really fascinating idea. It's almost like creating a positive emotional anchor that you can return to whenever you need a boost. And, there's actually some research to suggest that our emotional states can be highly contagious. So if we start our day feeling grounded and positive, that can have a ripple effect on our interactions and experiences throughout the day.
Totally. It's like radiating those good vibes outwards. Okay, so before we wrap up this deep dive into the world of morning routines, I want to leave our listener with something to ponder. Based on everything we've explored today, what one small change to your morning routine could have the biggest positive impact on your day? It could be something as simple as drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up, or taking 5 minutes to stretch and breathe deeply, or even just setting your intentions for the day. What's that one tiny tweak that could create a ripple effect of positivity?
I love that question. And remember, the beauty of a morning routine is that it's completely personalized. There's no right or wrong answer. The key is to experiment. Find what works best for you and be willing to adjust as needed. Your ideal morning routine might look completely different from mine, and that's perfectly okay.
So true. It's all about finding what makes you feel your best and sets you up for success in a way that aligns with your values and goals. And, as we wrap up, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier. The idea that small, consistent actions can lead to significant life changes. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the thought of making big, sweeping changes, but sometimes it's those tiny daily habits that truly transform our lives.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that even the smallest actions, when repeated consistently, can compound over time and create incredible results. So don't underestimate the power of that extra 15 minutes of sleep, that quick morning walk, or those few moments of mindfulness. They might seem insignificant on their own, but over time, they can have a profound impact on your well-being and your success.
So well said. And on that note, we'd love to hear from you. What are your morning routine wins? What small changes have made a big difference in your day? Share your tips and insights with us on social media, and let's keep this conversation going. Remember, we're all in this together, and even the smallest steps can lead to incredible transformations. So go out there, own your morning, and elevate your life.